Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Play Slay the Spire Ascension runs. We've stalled a little bit. We've been doing really well as the Ironclad. And overall, I mean, we started way back, so we're making progress here, but we've stalled a little bit as the Silent for sure. I want to stop it, because I enjoy the Silent as a character, obviously. This is my favorite. 99 gold for a random rare relic, unceasing top. It's weird, it's fairly unlikely, I think, to be super useful as the Silent, particularly because on turn 1, we draw way too many cards to ever have a chance to play. But I suppose there is a theoretical chance that this could be useful for us earlier, pardon me, rather than later, especially if, dare I suggest, we roll a Shiv deck. So if we roll a Shiv deck, we end up having a lot of zero-cost cards. Things like Storm of Steel would be amazing here. But I want to shy away from the archetype of just absolutely 100% immediately committing to a Shiv deck. We've been doing that, and I think that's been part of the reason we've been, perhaps, you know, having some problems with the Silent, is because we're trying to force an archetype that doesn't always exist. Forget the curse. Even if we could discard it. Simultaneously, I still do, at least personally, recognize that as the best archetype that we could run, the most consistent archetype we could run. So we'll see, really, is what I'm trying to get down to, I guess. If we have the opportunity to roll it, it would still be my first preference, but I took not Dagger Spray, but Dagger Throw, just to get a discard chance in there, and I think Escape Plan, always pretty nice to take. You know, we got 2 elite fights, pretty nicely structured here. 28 gold is obviously basically completely worthless. I'm gonna go with Escape Plan. I don't think an upgraded Escape Plan is that good, but I don't think any of our cards upgraded are necessarily that good. So this is as good as we get, unfortunately. We don't have any... I didn't mean to... The cards moved around. Actually, like, obviously completely my bad, but still. This is the worst enemy probably for us to be fighting, is the Silent with our particular deck right now. Just because we have no, like, cumulative damage. We basically gotta go for broke on every available turn with as many attacks as we've got, and we're probably gonna end up taking a decent chunk of damage as a result. We'll get rid of the basic strike. Yo, that's pretty good news. So I'm gonna take that as a blessing, and just try to output, you know, as much damage as we conceivably can here. Okay, that's fine. We're taking another 8. Still a long trip. Very unlikely we kill him next turn. I don't know why it's so framey. Taking another 17 damage. We still need 2 attacks to kill you. Oh my god, we got there. We need 1 attack that's good, I guess. Tiny chest. I will try to spin Infinite Blades, but we are on a bit of a dangerous route here. Darkstone, probably one of my least deliberately used options, but who knows. I think turn 1, you take 2 damage, and just accept that that's life. If we get cursed, maybe we could be okay with Darkstone. Dude, I love when you hit that roll. Block one of those. I straight up think that Infinite Blades, I'll take 4 damage per turn, as opposed to getting 6 damage once. Seems very sensible. Okay, so we've gotten out of the truly heinous part, but how are we going to get our HP back in time to survive the rest of the floor is really what the true remaining danger of the situation is. We're probably still going to take a little bit of damage as time goes on here. So, it's just one of those things. It happens from time to time. And by from time to time, I mean like roughly once a day on these Ascension videos. We just overcommit to elite fights, but I do also, like, still feel if we don't overcommit to the elite fights, we end up being starved of the relics necessary for success. Well, let's not get too negative in our tone yet. Still a chance for victory. We're going to be 6 HP. It's very, very bad. But do keep in mind, at the very least, you get a relic for finishing this off. It might heal you. It might give you max HP. Couldn't have killed you, so we did tackle things the right way there. Can't kill you on this turn. Just let everything exhaust. We need just the Shiv. Just the Shiv will finish you off. Acceptable. Ice Cream. Good relic. Let's take Piercing Wail. Mostly for survivability. We gotta look at this, like, if we live through this, I guess we go to the shop and we hope for, oh, I love it. Please. Still pretty good. Dude, straight up, I don't even want to take 1 damage. We're gonna go to the shop and try to get regen, I think, is the next step. 12 damage, huh? Well, hit you with that. Honestly, I guess go ahead and hit me for 1. I don't really want to use a speed potion here. I would love you to stop attacking. I guess that's not too likely. We only need to hit you for what, 15? 14. Not gonna happen. It's okay though. Remember, we roll over our energy, so we do want to store it as much as possible. We gotta hit you for 10. Easy money. Okay, still alive. Certainly, you'd probably look at this and be like, a Blade Dance is pretty good, but we're going to start with Leg Sweep just to try to keep ourselves alive. There is a regen potion. You have no space. Okay, fair enough. I still think it has to be purchased. I wish I could afford Adrenaline. I'm going to take Dark Shackles instead. Again, it's pretty much 100% for survivability. So we're popping this immediately. We're going to be weak, I think. Frail. Also bad. It's only going to give us 3 block. Still. Take 2 damage. Better than it could have been. This, on the other hand, is much worse. We get to roll over a lot of energy. Hopefully we get attacks. Hey. Don't love it. We got a... 2 enemies, and if they both choose to attack, it's going to be a delicate situation. I honestly think we just accept taking the 1 damage instead of playing the Piercing Wail. And again, this time would probably want to get something like that out there. It's okay, we didn't need Unceasing Top. In fact, if anything, we're happy to have stored the energy. Yeah. Okay. So we've made our most of the regen potion. Lived. Entropic Brew is so helpful. I do think a calculated gamble, especially once upgraded, is worth something. Thank you for not all attacking on turn 1. I'm so grateful. Not at all being facetious. Sincerely. I know every time I say sincerely, it sounds like I'm being facetious. Not the case. I have to kill you. Then the only thing is, do you take 5 damage? Or, sorry, 3 damage? Or do you try to roll the dice on a calculated gamble? We probably still should have done it because it could have given us escape plan. And in fact, it looks like it would have. But... a relatively minor, not even a mistake, but just a gamble that would have worked out for us in that situation. Definitely take Terror. Alright, now, against this elite, or sorry, this boss, his first attack is based on our damage. Or sorry, our HP. So I actually don't mind... the position that he's in here. I just wanted to weaken him, really. He shouldn't do that much. Yeah, he's only doing 12 damage. Have to. Have to. Have to. Play that. Don't worry about escape plan right now, I think. We did get it, though. Okay, so the vulnerability... the idea is that this should help out a ton. And let's just slowly get an energy reserve if possible as well. Okay, so Dark Shackles is pretty good here, but we can use Piercing Wail instead, and it's a little bit more efficient despite costing more. We don't need to play any of these. You have to love it. So good. Just keeping that energy reserve up there. It's going really, really well right now. All I need to say, though, is that, like, our damage dealing potential is pretty terrible. So we either, here, you could do it one of two ways. You either play the Survivor, discard the burn, or you play the Defend to counteract the burn. So you're basically, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the freaking other, you know? I would rather spend 1 energy and take no damage. Don't want to get too academic with it. I really don't think it's worth Dark Shackles here. I'm going to try a calculated gamble. Again, let's see what Unceasing Top gives us. Sure. We're going to take 1 damage, but I think it was worth it. We're kind of applying the Stranglehold here. Start here. 18, huh? We're going to beat this boss, which means we have a semi-viable run here, because our HP is going to go back up. We are going to feel the burns, like, quite literally as time goes on, but you know what? For 0, let's not even put ourselves at risk of taking damage here. We'll roll 1 energy over. We could always use the Fire Potion if we get the worst draw you could ever imagine, but we probably, definitely will not need to. That went just fine. Okay. What do you like out of these? Envenom is almost, in my opinion, it's like a must-take if you want to make this Shiv deck work. And we kind of have a Shiv deck. And we have Cursed Key. So Cursed Key Darkstone is an awesome interaction for getting that max HP up. We just have to save the money to remove the curses at every available opportunity. So we want to go to a shop after our chest if possible, which is what I see right there. So this is no guarantee. Like, you know, this could still be pretty not great. You were already... Oh, no, you're weak now. But this is not a terrible time to use the Fire Potion. Still only 6 damage coming out. Straight up, well, 9 damage coming out. Escape plan? Alright, we're taking 1 damage. But we've got Infinite Blades and Envenom out there, which I think is important against these guys. He's not doing anything, but neither is anybody else. Kind of hate it, but sorry, just start working on him here. Rolling over a ton of energy. Very helpful. Extremely helpful. We might as well, let's put Terror out on one of them, right? We're not taking any damage this turn. It was Piercing Wail, I think, wasn't it? Or what, was it Dark Shackles? What did you draw there temporarily before I took the effort to look? See, I mean, this is looking pretty good to me. I'm not saying we got the greatest deck opportunity, you know, ever invented here. But what I am saying is that everything looks like it's going relatively well when we're able to kill the birds on a run like this. Accuracy, Storm of Steel, stuff along those lines is really what we're looking for. Bane is good enough, I think. You do have to play Envenom in order to make Bane worth it at all, but still. Alright, these guys are annoying. Yeah, like really annoying. So I don't... Envenom's too slow on them, I think. At least we got a block. These guys are extremely bad. Dude, the second floor is the hardest floor. I don't care who hears me say it, okay? We're doing 8 damage. Beautiful. You're both? Okay, so one of you is going to escape. The other one is definitely dead, as we've already killed them. Yeah, there's nothing I can really do about this. Go ahead. We need accuracy. This This is the floor where it all basically comes down. Like, are we going to get our Shiv deck to work? Actually, as of right now, it looks pretty good. With 2 energy, I could hit you, but you're just going to heal anyway. So I think, let's take the energy and hope that we get a free Envenom out of it on the next turn. Still could happen. You know what I'm saying? Still could happen. Oh, it actually happened. Okay, so I didn't want to take any damage, which is why I used the Dark Shackles here. None of these guys do like ×2 attacks, so I think we're fine there. Now we get to work. We are gonna take. We aren't gonna take any damage. Okay, kind of a surprise to me. I don't know about you, but I'm being struck by like glimmers of hope. I've been back and forth on whether this run has like any chance for success. It's starting to feel like it's getting there. Sometimes we're going to have to reconcile, I think. What do we care more about? Unceasing Top potentially giving us extra cards, or Ice Cream rolling over extra energy. Like, we may have the choice to choose between do we play all of our cards and get a draw, or do we play none of our cards and roll over 1 or 2 energy, you know? We'll see how it strikes us, I guess, as time goes on. I think, honestly, I like this. And I think we take 5 and just start stacking poison. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, to be honest. Piercing Wail means we're going to take... We could take 0 if we want, so let's make that happen. HP is pretty precious for us right now. Now, you're doing your debuff turn. It's great news. We'll store Dark Shackles, very helpful for us in the future. Like on this immediate turn. Do we need to play it on this turn? Why not? So we're just trying to stack up that poison. And there's 2 turns of weakness on him, so it wasn't a waste. You're doing 18 damage yet again. Still gonna do 18 damage. I think we just play our hand. So we should take 6. That's okay, we can retain that. We weren't able to play it anyway. Okay, another debuff. Not that bad. We've done it. Ghost in a Jar. Insanely useful. Riddle with Holes, it works. It works with Envenom. Remove a card from your deck, upgrade all strikes and defense. We're going to go for that upgrade. We have to rest. Now, it's kind of the moment of truth here. I'm gonna say we veer away from the first elite. It scares me. Oh. So good. But the second elite, we're gonna fight. I hope. I hope that we can find the justification to make that happen. It's not a great start, huh? I mean, honestly, I really don't like taking damage. Especially knowing we're gonna have to rest anyway. Can I kill you? That's 20 damage. It'll hit you. Probably not, is the answer. Much better. I was fully prepared. If I had to use intangibility, I would. But of course, I would rather not. And that pretty much sorts that out, thankfully. Yeah, more backflips. Sign me up. So we're going to rest again, just to keep ourselves good on the HP front. We're going to get a curse here. We got Shuriken as well, which is a nice enabler in this archetype. Then we're going to remove the curse we just got, and we still get to keep the maximum HP. And then Entropic Brew is really nice, but like maybe we see something we like more. I mean, I kind of like another Infinite Blades for certain. You know what? Let's do Juzu Bracelet. I think it's useful in Ascension because it means that we're much less likely to accidentally run into enemies we never want to see. Okay, let's be smart. I can kill this guy, but it will make me vulnerable. Would we rather just focus on you this turn? I think there's a case there. Doesn't really make our shivs too important on turn 1. I really don't want to use intangibility yet, but I could completely see a case where it'll be necessary. You're doing 19. Okay, so we're still in here. Okay, you're kind of going for it again, but you're already weak, so... Go ahead and hit me for 4. My whole thinking here is that... okay, I like that you're taking a turn here. You get smoked. You get smoked. We got no defense right now. He might hit us for 5, which is irrelevant. Discard your hand and draw that many cards. He's going to hit us for 4. I'm going to start here. And then I'm going to play this because we have Unceasing Top anyway. Didn't go right. We took another 4 damage. But I didn't want to play my Intangibility because we can use that maybe here to save 30 damage. Yeah, we'll play it here. Because I was hoping to save it for the Elite fight, but... if we have to use it here, I don't consider that a waste at all. This guy's dead next turn. We lost 8 HP on what is a historically pretty difficult fight. I think we can make it happen here. I mean, the more we have on this guy, the merrier. Has to happen. He's doing 14 damage. Okay. You know what? We have nothing to keep yet. I definitely don't want to get hit. The longer we can wait on our piercing whales, the better, I guess. Let's see if maybe we can land a neutralize or something, I guess. Escape plan. No, okay. You know what? It gets us closer to drawing Envenom at least, which is an important part of this, but so is... this is our turn for this, no question. Okay, so we take 0. We still got 1 energy left. We don't get to keep the leg sweep yet, but we got Envenom out there. Our shivs are better. Very good stuff happening here. You are doing 18 damage. Let's pop this Dex potion. At the very least, we're going to take 8, but we're rolling over a bunch of energy. I think we got the squeeze on him. Pretty simple turn. Yeah, we're not killing you, so we might as well just do... it's alright, we had Unceasing Top. Playing it next turn versus playing it this turn, it does make a difference, but it doesn't make a huge difference. But I should remember Unceasing Top. That was a pretty good fight, all things considered. Anchor is okay, at least. I think we can always take more Banes. Now, these guys are a bit of an issue, but we can make it so we don't have to block at all turn 1. Turns out we might have... oh, we already didn't have to block turn 1, so it's not really my finest moment. At least we gain stats. Like, Shuriken is so useful. I really want the Storm of Steel. I think if we get Storm of Steel, like, this run might just make it. It works with so many of our relics. It works with Shuriken. It works with, well, accuracy, of course. Not really a relic, but you know what I mean. It works with Infinite Blades. Again, not a relic, but you get the idea. I mean, you're already super dead. Like, we got you insanely dead to rights here. We could choose to fight that other elite, but I do, you know, I've reached kind of like a point, I guess, where I just say to myself, like, is that even worth it? The relic that we get could be worth something, but we'd go into the boss fight with lower HP, unless we got a relic that helped us out a lot in that regard, admittedly. Okay, we Envenom, Neutralize, and then Piercing Wail. Nothing to worry about. We need Envenom out there really early. This guy's a pain in the butt. 18 damage. Not something you like to see, ideally. Why get rid of that? Because then we can calculate a gamble and just start playing whatever we draw. which is the worst case scenario is it's going to be an upgraded strike, right? So we're taking 8 damage here, but that's not too bad considering. I don't think there's much else we could have done. Definitely store Dark Shackles. Dark Shackles is like a turn of intangibility, really. I'm just going to kill you, so we don't even need to play it. Sneaky Strike is interesting, but we'll rest. We'll give it a try here. Now that we have Envenom and Shuriken, it's not like our last fight. Since we get to keep a card, I'm going to keep this backflip. So let's just put damage out there real quick and then store backflip. It's not like our last fight because we actually have ways to get progressively stronger. So we need to play this. And I think we want to play that. Escape plan, that's very, very helpful. Now, we don't have Envenom out there yet, but we still want to start attacking for sure. So these guys have got to eat it. We'll play a backflip and draw. I guess we would want to play a defend, but we're still going to calculate a gamble and just hope that we draw something useful. We pretty much have to play Envenom. It's a win condition. The faster it gets out, the better. We get a turn of some ease here, so it's not so bad. I'm going to take 2 damage, but it's worth it to get Envenom out there. What do we keep? It's tough, man. I think Leg Sweep is a little bit more useful than Dark Shackles. This guy doesn't do like multiple attacks, so Dark Shackles is not quite as useful, I think. Dead. Okay. Obviously, like, we want to play as many attacks as we can. A defend is only, like, considering its cost, it's not that much worse than an unupgraded leg sweep right now. So I didn't really lose too much sleep over that one, but... Okay, so 2 of these will kill you. Now, you're the problem. 37 damage. I think we play that, start the poison, keep Riddle with holes. I think we're going to make it, but it's not going to be easy. Him taking a turn off, or at least a turn to do nothing, is very helpful. So start stacking that poison. Get those stats up there as best as you can. Probably want to keep the defend. You might want to just start going on this guy, but it is a risky prospect. I think, you know what, we're probably better suited to just making sure that these guys go down. Okay, so we got 1 energy left. We'll just play a basic defend, store leg sweep. See, we're doing okay. He's going for broke this turn, obviously, and we are decidedly at lethal range. But I think if we hit you with that, that's 8 damage saved already. Now you're dead. Takes us up to 11 block. I think could definitely get away with that. We're going to take 6 damage, store a dagger throw. Next turn, we start letting him have it again. 21, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. And that's okay too. He's doing 15. That's not that bad. I think at this point, though, we should save our strikes because our strength is so high. Like, we're getting in there. I'm kind of surprised. And we're actually going to win there. Storm of Steel, please. After Image Innate is also ridiculously strong. Calling Bell is very funny. But very dangerous. We could transform our strikes, but I don't know, dude. Tiny House, I think, is like, if your run's going well, here you go. You get a little bit of extra. Calling Bell, sure, it would give us 24 max HP. Or 18 max HP, but we'd also have 3 curses in our deck. And we'd get more. We'd have to remove a bunch. We do have discard engines, though. You know, let's go for it. Snecko Skull is awesome. Gremlin Horn could be useful. Tori is also potentially very useful. We don't play too many powers, so it's not like a horrible roll, I think. We have to hit every shop, because we got to start removing at least some of these curses. Like, turn 1, a little unhappy with the way that turned out. I'd rather have an Infinite Blades than anything else here. This is painful. Why would I rather have an Infinite Blades than anything else? Because Noxious is just going to get wiped out when the... I guess it would apply more poison, which is very fair and worth pointing out, but... Hold on, how much damage are you doing? 6? I'll play a defend, sure. I still think... You know, we don't want the poison that gets applied cumulatively to be wiped out, so I see some value there. What I also want... Sorry, you're doing 16 damage. Just trying to keep them all roughly at, like, the same amount of HP. What I also want is that Envenom, because Envenom plus Snecko Skull, I mean, it's twice as good already. We definitely, like, our first priority... Let's go. Is going to be, no thank you. Is going to be upgrading the after image just to make sure that we can maximize the amount of block we get there. But already this is starting to pop. So these guys, if I could, like, kill you, that would be very nice for me. And I'm not convinced that we won't be able to. In fact, well, you're already dead. So I actually think, like, we may not need to backflip, but we will do it anyway. I'm calculated gambling just for cards at this point. Just so we get more cards for after image. So we get energy and draw. This is a slower fight than maybe we're used to on a good run, but it is working. And we're going to try to keep these guys close, because... if we're able to just work them down, like, in succession, they're all pretty much screwed right after that. We might as well play one, store this. Like, these guys are, they're done. You are now the strongest enemy, strangely enough. Anything will kill you. Yo, this is... I'm starting to believe, like, wholeheartedly in the power of this run. And we haven't even hit our upgrade level yet on most of the cards we're interested in. Dude, sign me up for Piercing Whale. Absolutely. Card removal. Probably Doubt is the most annoying right now. And I will take a Cloak and Dagger. Of course, I would prefer if we could upgrade it, but still think it's going to be good. And, dude, why not hit this shop as well? Well, there are reasons. They just don't make campfires, huh? We're gonna hit like two campfires on the way up? There's still a reason to go here. If we get enough gold, we can remove another curse, which I think is gonna be worth an awful lot. So yes, and yes. So nothing to worry about turn 1. It's not a very powerful turn 1, but we took no damage. We got after image, we got accuracy. You're doing 24 damage. It's highly no joke. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be played. Takes 12 damage off the field. Okie dokie. So the Exploder's got to be taken care of. So store this to kill him next turn. And don't forget about Gremlin Horn, of all things, you know? This guy's dead. If you want to kill him, you can. Or you could save the energy for next turn. Those are your two options here. We're already taking no damage. He's gonna die. Give us a card. Yeah, I can live with this. Just store a basic defend, I think, at this point. And this really, and we're discovering this really quickly. Once we get a leg up on enemies, particularly once we get that Envenom out there, it's over. Yeah, this is fine. Now, I don't know if that's going to work that way on the boss, but as long as we survive our first couple of turns, which is like, you know, one of the reasons it's so very nice for us to have, just dump that for now. One of the reasons it's so nice for us to have Anchor. If we survive those first turns with the help of relics like that, it seems like we could be in a pretty great position. So I can hit you twice, and you're dead. That was very good. More backflips. The more the merrier here, I think. No, I will not pay 78 gold, even though I don't think I can afford the removal here. That's unfortunate. But we can add a choke to the deck. So if we're stuck with the... If we're stuck with the curse, we're stuck with the curse. We'll see how we do on this guy. It's a terrible start, I'll tell you that much. At least we get to roll over a bunch of energy and we got 2 powers out, but... Without an Envenom, what do I care about hitting him here, right? Like... We might as well weaken him. And then, I get, you know, honestly, store this. We get to keep 3 energy rollover, too. Okay, so we got 7 energy on this turn. Has to be played. Yes, yes, this is worth playing, I think. And then, oh, store this. Okay. So far, so good. The burns are not nice. And surely, nor is the amount of damage that this man is putting out here. It only hits you once. 33. You know, it is what it is. I think we wait, play this next turn. With the 2 energy we save by not playing anything. Okay, this is a tough one, because, like, choke is really good here. I know, buddy. Here's what I think you do. I think you choke, then you envenom anyway. Get Dark Shackles out there, take no damage. Hit him, and then just hit the crap out of him. Tomo. Where did my Tomo go? Now, I mean, again, you would look at this probably and you'd say, this guy is being a real pain in the butt. Would not disagree with you there. He is basically dead. If we take 11 damage as a result, so what? He takes 1 from the poison. What's our relic? Happy Flower. I wouldn't consider it particularly amazing. I think Finisher could be big for us, though. We only have 39 gold, so I don't see a need to fight this other elite. I would rather... Like, I think this run could go to the boss. So why not, you know? Why not just try to take us there right off the bat? We got After Image out there. That's still our #1 target for upgrading. The downside, you know... We may have to rest. Taking no damage. Big surprise, actually. We may have to rest instead of doing it, but we'll see. Alright, well, I mean, obviously, like, it shouldn't come as any surprise. I hate the weakness here, but what are we supposed to do about it? And the other thing is, what are we supposed to do about this? Well, let's be honest. We have to play a couple of things here. We might as well play Choke, then we'll play Accuracy, and I think we have to play Envenom, and we're gonna play Finisher. So, I mean, well, let's run the numbers, okay? Why wouldn't you, right? Shiv, it's gonna be 20 damage, plus another 30, so it's 50 damage, plus it should apply 10 poison, plus 4 poison. Should be 50 damage plus 14 poison. This would be hit, so it's still 20, 4 poison, and then this would be 9 times 3, so another 27, plus less poison. I actually think Finisher is weirdly worse here. We do take 27 damage. So a rest is, like, highly in order. And, dude, may I just suggest we were accidentally mad geniuses for taking Juzu Bracelet, which actually allows us to safely traverse the question marks without fear of there being combat there. So we just have to get through this, which should be okay. Doesn't really matter who we apply this to, I think. Yeah, we're good. Definitely like a riddle with holes is fine here. I think it's sensible to keep one close enough to death that we could kill them if they get uppity. Normally we want to keep them all pretty close to death, but if this guy starts to be like, hey, I'm gonna kill you, we can be like, nope. Envenom kind of has to be played. So I think you sadly basically just do that. Now I know you're like, why not play leg sweep? Well, leg sweep and Venom, kind of the same situation. We actually didn't take much damage there because of Tori, thankfully. And hopefully that, well, if I play this, it's a bit of a, it's not a great use of it. I think I'd rather do that. Make sure we take no damage. Again, make sure this guy's killable. And then store Piercing Wail for a turn where it's more valuable. Okay, so we got our first Gremlin Horn action there. Very unlikely we kill both of these guys in the next turn, but theoretically possible. Just kind of waiting on like an after image. We're already taking no damage. I think, you know, this guy's already got some poison on him. Why not commence to whittling? And we'll probably go for a choke, just in case. I think we can kill either of these guys with a choke, which is worth a decent amount of block in its own right. Yeah, like, he's dead already. Get that other Infinite Blades out there. It's worth a ton. This is just to reset our hand, basically. And get rid of any bad curses, I suppose, but... Okay, has to be played. Wish we got to it earlier. This is like the handful of stuff that we wish we had had earlier in the game. I think we dump everything. I know Survivor is tempting, but... We're gonna take no damage. It looks bad, but we're gonna take no damage. This guy is super killable, so all we gotta do is worry about you, and you're pretty much done, I think. Well, I mean, that'll work. Fair enough. It's like the game is trying to make the Shiv archetype work. I'm very appreciative, by the way. Thank you. I will add one colorless card to my deck because I'm afraid. Sure, again, why not? Anything that hits multiple enemies is at a premium rate here. This isn't bad if we get some powers out there relatively quickly. So obviously, like right now, it kind of looks terrible. But we did gain 2 strength right off the bat. So that's worth something. Okay, there's our power. It's a full power turn, apparently. We pretty much have to play... Honestly, at this point, I'll play Infinite Blades. We are going to take 24 damage, so let's throw the poison to minimize that. Still a lot of damage. But now he's done. It's a shame that it... You know, we got the kind of draw that we did when we did. But he is screwed now. Like, we're not gonna kill him, but we could. If this had gone on like a few more turns, he would be at least over 100 poison pretty soon. So this is his last turn. It's not a particularly good one for us, but it's kind of something we've come to expect against this guy. You know, bad variants can get you sometimes. And he's done. Okay. I think a Sucker Punch is okay. So these are big. We'll rest. We know we're not going to be at full HP. That's just unreasonable. Against the, you know, we'll see. We don't need to play that. Play that. Play that. Play that. Play that. And pass turn. With enough energy left over. Oh, Tori did hit us there, but only for one. Still, not a particularly strong look on my part. It was a really, really good turn. Normally we do want Envenom out there. We can play it all, so let's do it. Now we are going to take some damage here. 23. That's more than some. But I suppose you just got to, you know, play the hand you're dealt at this point. He is dead. We're going to be at like 60 HP for the boss. That's got me spooked. I would obviously like to be a little bit higher. But just to make it to the final boss is a pretty good indication that things are going okay. Thank God we start with some block, because that's all we got, man. You're dead in one turn, so we'll start smacking you. And so we're going to take 13 right off the bat. But getting Envenom out there immediately is a necessity. Had to happen. I do think we'll play Well-Laid Plans. And I think we'll play one Piercing Wail. And I think we'll play one Dark Shackles. And just hit you twice. I would prefer to not take 9 damage, but my thinking is like, you know, hopefully with this Piercing Wail being stored, we could use it on like this turn, for example. So I would like to hit you. I do want to play both Infinite Blades. I gotta Piercing Wail you. It is what it is. It had to get out. We needed those shivs. Okay, so that's as strong as he's gonna get. Tori blocked a lot of that damage. It blocked all the damage for us, so even better. Because we do not have... I think we do still play Choke, but... because we do not have After Image out there, we have to be a little careful with how our damage stacks up here, but... I mean, or do we? Because this is going pretty well right now. I'm still... that's fine. It's Piercing Wail. I'm still pretty torn on how we feel about the way that this fight's going. I think it could be okay. You have to play it. That's very nice. We're going to get there. Okay, the poison's stacking. The downside of what we got going on right now is we know that we're going to have to apply... poison to the enemy again, and we know beyond that we can't apply vulnerability again. So I know you're probably going to look at this and say play accuracy, and I think that you are 100% correct. But if I could, like to make sure that we're just playing accuracy after he dies. Oh, that still gave him the strength. We should have maybe saved it and played it this turn. So this is bad. But this is also why we kept Finisher, by the way, is so that we could have one turn that's just amazing and sits him down. So he's doing 36. That's no joke. Never mind, it's a complete joke. I think we play Finisher this turn. Stack as much poison on him as quickly as you can. Taking 0. As good as things are looking right now, and they are looking real good, the downside of what we got going on here right now, we just play our hand, is that one really, really bad turn of draw could screw us. The upside is that I'm pretty sure my dude is dead. We're going to win. That's a big surprise for me. Given the way this run started, I didn't think we were going to get here. This is a big improvement for our recent silent runs, and I'm a very happy man. Look at that. Another Ascension run handled. First one of the day, feeling pretty good. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps it a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the... We were on level 11, right? We... I hope I didn't just accidentally do that level for no reason. Oh well. Either way, good practice. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. Helps us a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. And of course, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Northernlion. Be notified when I go live in the future. See all that live content. For now, thanks for watching. And I will see you next time. See ya!